One of the biggest breakthroughs I had from doing the Landmark Forum was getting my son back after not being in his life for 4.5 years. I still remember the day I was driving down the street, was talking to my ex-wife, and just could not communicate. We just could not get along, and for the last 4 years we've just been fighting left and right. And I remember telling her on the phone that this is not working, I'm just done with you. I'm just done with this relationship, and I hung up. And that was the end of that relationship. I cut it off. I was absolutely resigned. Then 4.5 years later, I do the Landmark Forum. And I remember it was the Saturday of my Landmark Forum that I ended up calling her. And I had this extraordinary conversation with her where I got to actually acknowledge her for the mom that she has been for our son, and for the difference she has made in my life. And in that completion conversation, she gave me my son's cell phone number. And then when I had left, my son was 8 years old. At this point, he's 12 and a half, almost 13 years old. I remember the next day, Sunday, I created the courage to go and call him. And I'm on the sidewalk during one of the breaks of the program, and I pick up the phone and I call my son, and the phone is ringing. And then he picks up the phone, and there's this deep voice. And the last thing I remember, he was 8 years old. Now I'm hearing this deep voice saying hello. And I just start to cry, and I share with him, just saying how sorry I've been for not being in his life for the last 4.5 years. And I'm crying, and I'm sharing, and out of nowhere, this almost 13-year-old boy tells me, Dad, I got it. I forgive you, I love you, don't worry. And I literally, on the sidewalk, I sat down on the sidewalk. I was just so blown away that out of just a conversation that I could get my son back in a world where it just didn't seem possible before. Since then, yeah, we have an extraordinary relationship. I'm complete with my ex